Shotgun to shotgun.
First things first. Everybody off mute. I'm not here to talk to myself. I can do that by myself. Everybody off mute, please. Because I need to hear you. That's right. I need all the energy. I don't need you quiet when I perform because then I get weird because I feel like I'm talking to myself.
Yeah, we need to hear your words, though.
I'm used to a full audience. I'm used to plates rattling in the background, people talking, people aren't interested in the Afrikan artist, so they running their mouth and giggling. I'm used to people walking in and out because now it's time to go to the bathroom. I'm used to these things, so okay. Need all of that. Question, did y'all hear my music?
No, I'm saying as long as we can hear you.
Did y'all hear my music? Y'all heard it?
Yeah, we heard it.
Okay, because y'all ain't see nobody moving. You know what I mean? I need to feel y'all. That's right. I like that shirt, boo. Straight Black Pride. That's how we ride. Absolutely. Black man, black pride. Original Holy Trinity. You better know it. All right. We're gonna get started in a little bit.
Take that from up there. Yeah. The notebook.
Tria, whenever you're ready to start, it's your time.
We can't hear it. Okay. Okay, cool. Now sit.
Hey. To get up off your behind. So, hey. Okay. All right. Not like church in the field, because that's what we about to have right now. I like it. Make no mistake, I might have been in the house in a former life. But I'm the reason why none of Master's children made it to adulthood. You feel me? Don't let us house folk fool you. We cooked up some good stuff, eh? So I'm Sister Tria. If you never met me before, welcome. How's everybody doing today?
Good.
You been enjoying the conference so far?
Yes.
Hi.
Right. Y'all like my outfit? Let me pull it.
Looking good, sis.
Y'all like that? My sister, Miss Wright, at ElijahLee.life. ElijahLee.life. She sells African clothing and attire. Whenever I got something Africanly amazing on, you best believe that sister dressed me. She dressed me well. I'm tennis shoes and a t-shirt kind of girl, so when I get my Africanly girly sisters together, they get me pretty like, so you know. Okay, so I'm gonna be performing today. I've never done this type of performance. So as you can see, you're in my living room because I don't know how to sit down and perform. I need my hands, my legs, the ancestors to move and work. We're gonna open up in an African way. We're gonna open up with some interaction. We're gonna learn a song for the ancestors today. Y'all ready?
Yeah. Sister Tria.
Hey, boo.
You remember?
I remember y'all. I knew y'all were gonna come in, and I got a poem just for y'all.
You remember? You remember where we went to the Kuma dance? You remember where we saw you at the Kuma dance?
I do. You know what else? You know, I was going through my phone the other day, and I got a picture of y'all playing in the dirt in Jacksonville, playing in the sand, being Africanly amazing. And I was like, they're my babies. I ain't seen y'all in a minute. We're gonna link up.
We met you 2 times because at the house and at Jacksonville. And
yep. We met you 72 times. Girl, we be everywhere. We be doing this African thing together. So let's get started. So
we don't in the ceremony. I love her.
Thank you. We're gonna open up with our ancestors first of all. We're gonna invite the ancestors to come and have a wonderful time with us today. Now, I'm gonna do the song as real call and response. If anybody like me grew up in church, it's got a good old Southern cadence, so it's easy to get.
I know, but
the song is
I can hold a conversation or something.
Fumini sing bag de nupo, Fumini sing bag de nupo, Fumini sing bag de nupo, Sheda julo fumi, Fumini sing bag de nupo, Fumini sing bag de nupo, Fumini sing bag de nupo. She dajulo Fumi, give me that old time religion, give me that old time religion, give me that old time religion. It's good enough for me. Give me that old time religion, give me that old time religion, give me that old time religion. It's good enough for me. So we're gonna open up. We say Mojuba to the Egungun. We say Mojuba to our collective ancestors, our warrior ancestors. We say thank you to the most honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey. We say thank you to the most honorable Nat Turner. We say thank you to who I learned about today, the most honorable Sister Lucy. We say thank you. We say thank you to Bookmom. We say thank you to Dessalines. We say thank you to all the warriors. We say thank you to George and Jonathan. We say thank you to all the warriors who made it possible for us to stand today and know that we can be Africanly amazing. So, me and poetry. I gotta give me a second. I was real hype. I'm a big girl, so I'm kind of, let me get some breath to do some poetry for y'all. All I know is stories. Biographical bounties of the everyday man, fantastical fantasies of what could have been, brought to you by a lowly scribe who spent the last 5 on paper and pen, etched in the stones of Granny's parables. Fables of those whose willings and ables never quite align. See, for most it's fine to assume the do-nothings of the world never had a desire to get anything done, and puns, prose, and rhymes are our only offerings to the ancestors of the passers-by who neglect to honor the way papers, too busy complaining about the cement is hard. So I stand color guard, ink rifle ready, ever to defend the common models of the everyday cause. Sometimes everyday breadwinning is the greatest battle. Like maintaining manhood when being treated like chattel. Cattle in foreign countries gets more praise. See, there's no ticker-tape parades for mommies who feed tummies, white noses that are running nonstop when the money gets funny, laughing it all off because tears make your eyes cloudy. Then how can you see your way? So I break out my pom-poms and cheer them on to the finish line, knowing that in time the wombs of goddesses will not go neglected, and that maintaining the pace when the race gets hectic is more than a notion, and that simply not giving up is a secret ingredient to number 9's potion. So I keep on floating. For those who are tired, depressed, distressed, weary for reaching up to glory, but no one reaches back, so I reach over with loving words as lifesavers, memorial plaques made of paper, promising never to let your Jane Doe or your Joe Schmo soliloquy go unsung. See, heroes don't always wear capes. Oftentimes they come draped in hairnets, nurses' shoes, aprons, dicky jumpsuits, not as fashion statements, but as passion maintenance, gardening gloves and sun hats, because cultivating the seeds takes water and sunlight. That is tears and the ability to shine bright at midnight, keeping up the fight for fear of being forgotten, rotten dreams fermenting into moonshine cries of hard labor and easy love. Husk of the previous generation, keeping the next fertile, hurdles being met not as roadblocks but as speed bumps, never stopping the movement, only slowing the stride. See, today's whipbacks are tomorrow's finally tan highs, and to yesterday's shadow walkers are today's torches, for those brave enough to pick up the baton and press on. So I fill the air with moments of silence. For those whose collective voices lay muffled beneath the struggle, we love you. See, Martin, Marcus, Malcolm, Ida, Asada, Harriet all had 2 things in common. That is a mother and a father that you never heard of.
Ashe.
A BB for Hardier Africans.
A BB for Hardier.
Yeah, always gotta open up and give homage to the ancestors. Absolutely. Because without them, there's no us.
That's powerful,
right.
sister.
Without them, there's no need for the fight, right?
Absolutely.
So let's see. Woo, all right. So, talking about poetry and edutainment, I'm definitely here to edutain you. However, I want to talk about the importance of edutainment or entertainment that evokes us, that gives our babies images to see us in greatness, to remind them of the stories. I am a proud Jele. A lot of us are more a lot of us are more aware of the term griot. I say, okay, I'll be a griot, just drop the G, you know. That's a French term, but the Jele is a storyteller. We bring life to the history. We teach the lessons, the moral lessons in the history of the people through the words we speak. So that is what African spoken word is. That is how we take it when we put a K on it. You understand what I'm saying? So there are times, I love these moments. I love when that's why I played Church in the Field. One, Dita Green album is fire. One of the best albums ever, not just African insurrection music. It's a superb album. Hip hop ain't got nothing on African insurrection music. But I play a Church in the Field specifically because one, that's my background. I am whatever you want to call a down home Southern church girl. That is me, and I don't change nothing about it, about the principles I learned that way. Also, when you grew up like that, a transition to African spirituality was actually quite easy. African spirituality, I just gravitated into it. All the principles made sense. I grew up with what they call Southern charm or Southern hospitality. What that is that's African hospitality left over for us that were in the South. One of the things that people didn't understand about growing up in the South, even in the 80s, was we socially segregated. Like even when integration happened, I grew up in an all-black neighborhood, went to an all-black kindergarten, even though the school I went to was technically mixed because it was close to the black neighborhood, it was predominantly black. So we grew up in a very insulated setting. I think I had 2 non-black friends my entire childhood, and my mama didn't play that. I didn't grow up with a kumbaya household. I knew what the word cracker was from a little girl. We understood that was the inside conversation for Europeans. My great grandma taught me, she was a maid in their houses, and she taught me early on not to trust none of them. So I grew up like that, even though Jesus was there. I remember the year Jesus turned black. I was about 12. It was great. When they took down white Jesus in the church and put up black Jesus. And so with understanding that we in the field, understanding we have to seek out methods of entertainment. We have to be unapologetically African everywhere we go. I do it. Now it's just who I am. Sometimes I look at people crazy when they look at me crazy because this is my life. So I don't know what it is. This is me. When somebody tell me to get dressed up and come to their event, this is how I'm coming. I hope it ain't a tea party in front of your white friends because I'm coming in there full-fledged African with my ancestors, countless deep, because that's how I travel. Next poem I want to do this poem. This poem was written because of what I just said. Dealing with people who might look like us, have the same skin color, but they're Eurobized in the mind, the mental side is strong. And when I first came into the poetry community, I got off my couch with African-centered poetry, not even knowing the term African-centered. Like that's just what it was. I was in love with being Black. I was reading Dr. Clark, reading Dr. Amos in the isolation of my home, reading about Asada. I was just loving being Black. By myself, I was awakened. So when I stepped out the door to do an open mic, my poetry was always political and African-centered. And people ain't always like that on their microphone, so in my city. So one day I got real upset and I wrote them this one. Seems like when you love being Black more than anything else, you gotta explain yourself. To scowls and agitated eyes as if I created these conditions and that me speaking on them is really the problem. Like some of you right now sit there in that darkness and be like, how dare she stand there in that Blackness and talk that Black speak with the audacity to do more than just wear it, but carry it.
You don't take your children.
Like, why does she have to say it that way? I say, excuse me, I'm an African queen and my African is spelled with a K. Why? Because I like it that way. And so do some of my fellow Africans. Why is it that when I mention anything African, I'm getting too deep? When I say words like a BB for Hordio, I get curled lips and a blink, but you expect me to know what exactly is fleek.
What?
Why is it that you get mad when I tell you Obama ushered in Afrikan and took Mama Africa by a familiar storm? And yes, I don't care what you say, yes, every cop is bad because his badge once said patty roller. And today, just like yesterday, he catches Black men for slave owners. Or why so upset when I tell you no, dear. It's not a war on class. It's a war on your black. Because if you take the poorest white man and stash him in the suburbs, he'll still get a pass. Or why so upset when I tell you, no, this is not home. And the only way out is Africans owning their own, just like the Chinese, Japanese, Lebanese, Portuguese, and every other ease, except for the ones kidnapped and drugged and chained. And why so upset when I tell you, I don't care how low his pants go. I see a warrior on the rise, and I know his pants will come up along with his mind. Or when I tell you, she fights, and she yells and she screams on the big old eyelashes and hair that's purple, blue, and green because she's afraid. Because being a natural woman is oh so hard, and the PTSD lashed in her cellular memory makes her unaware. But once she has safety to search, she will rediscover herself. Or why you gotta know that, no, dear, this is not just my truth. This is a stone cold fact. Being black is beautiful, magical, and hard. Like slave ship hard. Like bloody limbs, feet, and lashes hard. Like severed limbs, loves, and lives hard. Like burning fields, crosses, and fathers hard. Like making it through the middle passage sea magical. Like engineers, botanists, architects in the midst of chattel slavery magical. Like mamas making meals out of canned mackerel magical. Like daddy's being sold 3 states away, working 3 decades to buy his entire family beautiful. Like no words for old folks home, daycare, or jail in our culture beautiful. Like I call you brother and sister because it's beautiful. Like I talk this black talk because it's beautiful, because it's magical, because it's hard. Like I talk this black talk because it's hard. Like I talk this black talk because it's beautiful. Like I talk this black talk because I love you. Like I talk this black talk because it's me. I'll be before here. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Powerful. How you feeling, sister?
I'm good. Baba, how are you?
I'm good. It's good. I appreciate the hookup. You know, we need to speak though.
It's what we do. We link in Pan-Africanism all day, every day. It can't be Pan-Africanism if we in the States just keep it to ourselves. You feel me?
Well,
it ain't everybody if we ain't everywhere. So we everywhere.
You know, happy to see all the brothers and sisters on the call as well. That's amazing.
Nice. So let's see. How long we in here today?
You got like I saw. Oh, you don't got 4:15. See, I always have to have the US time. That's why every time I come out there, it's like the times are written. All the time zones out there are in my head. Yep. So I think you got until 4:15. All
right. So
I think
my sister also. I can never do poetry without mentioning her. If it weren't for her, I'd probably still be somewhere crying, wondering what's wrong with the world. Somebody said, you got something to say. The ancestors sent me your way. Get up, girl. You got work to do. And she took me by my hand and taught me the ropes of performing other than just open mics. So shout out to Miss Wright. Always love you. The reason I bring that up is she sells a shirt that says #1 fan of the black man. That shirt was inspired literally by this poem that I'm about to do. So here we go. This is for my melanated kings who carry it all on broad shoulders and still save room to lift me up when the world tells you you're not enough. You go out and make more. And keep your back straight no matter how much they attempt to break it. You take it with just a little dip in your step. And know that if no one else has ever told you, know that I am proud. And I never let anyone say otherwise in my presence. Each time they come with a negative, I come with the counter. He's a waste. No, he's in waiting. He's indecisive. No, he's debating. He ain't nothing but a hustler. Correction. He's a self-made man. See, when you attempt to tell him he has no place, no land, the black man still stands and protects his own. And dear brother, if you've never heard it full grown, I love you. I love your speech, your tone, your thought process. How though I am the strongest woman in the world, I can lay it all on your chest and sleep like a baby because there's no place like home. And I tell you, you're beautiful because I mean it. Honey, nothing more magnificent has ever walked this earth. And your white tees and your jeans and your sneakers and your three-piece suits and your white sweatpants and your dashikis, swagged out from head to toe, smelling like heaven. The original proprietors of masculinity. You show them how it's done. It's why they hate you so much, because everything you do is a threat, because it tells this world to step its game up. See, I'm a black man cheerleader and watcher too. Love y'all in every hue. High yellow to midnight blue, honey. I am your number one fan. And I throw you a pep rally every chance I get, because every time you step, it's a show. And I hope you see me singing your praises in the front row, because while there are many a female that love you, only one has fought her wars and her fears for you. Black man, I ask, who bore you? And I know loving a black woman ain't always easy, yet you still manage to do it perfectly. And for that, I thank you. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. I do. All right. Oh. All right. So let's see. I got 2 more poems. I'm gonna do this first one because this is one of my favorites. Because if you like me, you get up and go to work every day. Some of us have escaped, and some of us are working on plans of escape. But my favorite line is, everybody was a slave. Harriet Tubman was a slave until she wasn't. So we all got a plan of escape. And we all working, and we all know what the deal is. So this is dedicated to my blue-collar revolutionaries. I never wrote one line for poets. I write for brothers that embrace me with, I like what you said, queen. That giant was deep. And sisters who kiss me on my cheek and say, I wish I could write like you, but I know exactly what it means. I write for folks living the same way I do, which is, most days is just enough for the city, but that's plenty. For folks who don't get in it. You know, I write for those who walk that line. I write for those who think it's fine. I write for those who prepare chicken for the famished masses, for the noon rush, cut loose from the chain and cage. I mean, cubicle and phone line. They've been on since 8 a.m. lying about how much a corporate entity cares, or cyber peddling wares, or feeding oxymorons to morons who just want to know their blood, sweat, and tears matter. I shatter every piece of the looking glass, leaving the portal open, hoping that you understand that every time my pen touches my hand, I find myself in wonderland, wondering if you know how much I care. How the agony of your despair makes sleep a dream and puts bags under my eyes as I pack all my hopes and dreams for my people inside. See, I ain't got time to write beautiful songs. Not when there's engineers, architects, poets reduced to working on a hair barn. Why? Because we born too poor, too misunderstood, too black. Too many times the Times writes about another one of us gone, and I could go on and on and on, and I do, because you can't stop and scream. So when you roll your eyes at me at Family Dollar or suck your teeth at me at Walmart, I don't get mad, boo-boo. I know what it means. And it compels me to go home and write a love poem or two. And know that if my words are so attractive, it is simply because they are a reflection of beautiful you. Because you got it. And I get it. Working overtime to keep the us's uplifted. Gifted with the perplexing predicament of making our position palpable to the plenty. Sticking it to the enemy with a literary enema, because this has got to go. See, I'm determined to be the voice of the working class. Poe, who put them in every week back to back and still can't make them ends meet. I hope these words wrap around and need your tired feet. Because you got it.
I'm beautiful. Just like
you got it. I love y'all.
Love you.
Okay. Okay, I took that back. I got 2 more poems, but they real quick. I don't speak proper English because I'm working on being a proper African. And as of right now, I'm an improper fraction of who I used to be over who I am to become. So I must become comfortable with my broken English. As it is a symbol of my now fragmented shackles. So I say ain't, finna, you on, she on, but please don't misunderstand my purposeful stance against the linguistic lines drawn in the sands of the battlefield. See, I stand eye to eye with every lie laid upon me. So I use my speech to speak for scientists in the cotton fields, for engineers who cut cane, for spiritual healers who pluck tobacco in Carolina, for they are the hurricanes. Their voice is the thunder and the rain, with Georgia clay between my teeth and Negro spirituals on my tongue. I spoke rebellion in Virginia and Ujima in Oklahoma. My speech is the breath of Garvey's whirlwind and the smoke of Tubman's train. I use this vernacular for the vanished and the vindicated. My dialect, like my purpose, is separated, set in a time that was lost before it could be commemorated. He's blowing this country breeze, making sure dreams are resuscitated, keeping the heartbeat of the war drum steady, to keep African feet dancing. My eyes pulling at the veil of ISIS to reveal our set. I speak for the tongue of the survivors, of the thrivers, of the dang Skippy wheel-livers who hid the intelligence of a nation inside this here twang. See, yeah, it's a black thing, and I tell you twice, it's a black thing. We make sure they don't understand. See, my granny's English was broken because it collapsed underneath the weight of her proverbs and lost its way in the depths of her wisdom. And every time I quote her, I hope I make her proud. I don't never have to pretend this here talk ain't tough, or that I'm shocked that my mockingbird snare has been met with the catch and snare, because I speaks with the squall of the phoenix. Melting mics, because this gestation is spent its gestation in the fires of Mississippi and dripping from the leaves of Florida. See, my sister told me the moss got souls, so I grab it every time I climb southern trees and savor strange fruit in hopes of washing the taste of crawfish and blood out of my mouth, because my tongue been drugged down dirt roads in Louisiana. My song is a quartet of pain from a melody that never came, from folk should have been grandmama slain in an Alabama church massacre. And though they tried to hog tie my tongue in Texas, my voice carries, carrying the message and the mission. For those who stand next to me, sight unseen, I boldly deliver without a quiver, because revolution can withstand the load and liberation requires remembrance. So I refuse to change that which I was born with. You know, this here Marietta jaw jacking, spliced with that Mississippi wit. Bibi Fahodi, eh? All right.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Now, I'm gonna be completely transparent with y'all. When I tell you the ancestors did that one, because that poem, that was my surprise poem. And I didn't have that poem completely memorized to my liking until about an hour ago. I was like, all right, come through, ancestors. Come through. That's what y'all got. If y'all got something to say, then you got something to say. Okay, so we're gonna close this out. This one is for the babies, it's for the mamas, for all of us who for all of us who just know, you know, we sisters. I done gave something to the brothers. You know, I always get something to the brothers, but I ain't forgot y'all. I get in trouble sometimes, you know. I mean, I usually don't nobody say nothing, but sometimes I get in trouble because people think I forget the sisters like I'm not one. And that's not it. I just find that we as Black women, one thing we ain't too hard about is expressing ourselves. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that ain't something that comes too hard for us. And one thing about it, once we get sick and tired of something, we gonna get sick and tired of something, and we gonna speak our mind on it. And a lot of times the brothers gonna get that. There's a lot of brothers out here dying from heart disease and all kind of other stuff, all because they keeping stuff inside. I mean, poor diet is the issue, but stress to kill a vegan. Put it like that. Stress will kill a vegan. So you got to get your diet together, but you also got to get you some peace of mind. So I speak for those who don't always get a chance to say something. But let me, okay, I share my screen. I don't know what's back though, so I just want to share my screen. I ain't gonna be able to see y'all in a second though. Let me see. I should have been better prepared. Let me see. I got it somewhere in here. I'm gonna find it. There you go. Dang it, I love y'all.
Take time.
I wanted to show y'all because I love it. And I did a good job on it. And it's for my friends. That ain't it neither. That's love. Okay, let me see, because it's in here. I'll download it. All right. All right, inbox. There we go. So. There we are. There we are. Okay, I'm so smart. Y'all listen. Y'all, where you just be doing technological stuff, and I'm real old school. I don't do none of it. So let's see. Okay, share screen. Come on, let me see. Oh, while I'm trying to get my life together, please know that I have a chapbook. It will be available on Amazon within about 24 hours. I will post it on my Facebook if you are my friend. It is Sister Tria, and that's just how it goes. Let's see here. Okay, so I think I got it. You know, it just be the smallest thing for the simplest thing. Just be trying to live my life. Can y'all see my screen?
No, Sister Tria, it didn't share.
Okay, well, I'm special needs. Don't worry about it. We ain't gonna do it no more because I don't know. The poem happened this morning. I'm gonna tell you, like my mentor told me, real poets read. So boom, here we go. Here we go. And this is for my little girls. This is for my babies. This is for my babies. Let's see here. Okay. Pretty brown girl with a head full of curls, the world is yours because you birthed it. And as quiet as kept, you are perfect. Ain't nothing older than you as to have the authority to tell you otherwise. Yours are the first eyes, the first to look out onto yourself and decide to give birth to everything else. Make sure they tell you thank you. Gratitude is your birthright. Pretty brown girl with a head full of curls, there's a strength in your joy. It's the reason for the sunrise. You are the eastern skies and the western horizon, trying to fit in a world you were made to reign above. If love had a face, it would be a pretty brown girl with a head full of curls. You are the sensational symmetry of nature. The universe lives inside your pores. You secrete the secrets of the fire that keep the village warm, giving life to Black boy joy. You are the reason the ancestors dance in color and come to visit, kicking and screaming and ready to shout. You are the tambourine in the praise hands of the blessed. The downbeat of 1,000 djembe drums resounds in your laugh. So be loud, pretty brown girl, so they can hear you. Shake it fast, pretty brown girl. Shake it till they dizzy. It's your world. Bounce them curls because you birthed it. And as quiet as kept, you are perfect. I love y'all. What I got? We got 10 minutes. Yay, that was for y'all. Questions, comments, concerns, observations, donations, whatever. They welcome at this moment.
Hi, we love you. Betty.
I saw you earlier this week. I was telling my daughter, I was like, that's Dee Dee. She was like, okay. okay? I was really excited. Like I was real excited. And she was like, but 16-year-olds always think we lame. So
Mama.
I literally, she stayed up all night and I was like, nah, you're not gonna watch me perform? She was like, Mommy, I've been watching you perform since I was 9 and I'm really sleepy. I was like, that's all right. When I get this cash, guess what?
You know you then.
Right. Hey, you ain't getting nothing. You ain't getting nothing. Was you there when I was shooting in the gym? You weren't. You were asleep, taking a nap. So there you
I
go.
just want you to know that was absolutely beautiful as always. As always.
I love your artwork.
Thank you.
Thank you. We did that. Listen, it's been a week. Listen, let's tell y'all something. I love Alias with all my heart. That is my brother. When I tell you, he done got the butter from the duck this week. Yeah, I love y'all. It's been worth it though. Edutainment, it's important. It's important that we gather. It's important that we get a baby something different to see. We are in a starch competition, right? We're in a competition for the minds of our babies like no other. So we have to always produce content. If we have something to say, anything, any gifts. First of all, every African has two things because they go hand in hand. Every African has a spiritual gift. Every African has a creative gift. Whatever your creativity and your spiritual gift is, lend it to our people. It's important that we donate those things. We got skill sets. We're gonna build nations, absolutely. But Africans have never been without culture, without dance, without entertainment, without telling our story. And prior to the European, nothing had nothingness. The European comes from nothingness, so he can do things that are mindless and just for entertainment. The African has never done anything just for entertainment. When they gather in the circle to tell stories, when the Egungun come out to play, when they come out and we gather, it's all for a purpose. When you do air ball, my ear talks about, because we westernized over here, we do some air ball, we sacrifice and we might throw it on the side of the road. She say Africans eat it from the rooter to the tutor, whatever it is. We don't do anything that doesn't have a spiritual and a practical purpose, because that's the thing that European spirituality has done, and it tells you to separate church and state. But if you look at other cultures with power, they don't do that. Arabic lands, that's what the Sharia law and all that stuff, that is their culture, their spiritual culture interacting with the laws of the land, because that's what spirituality originally was. It's not some feel-good thing to sit to the side. It has practical applications in everyday life. There is a deity to assist you in gleaning the fields. There is a deity to assist you in waking up, going to sleep, tying your shoes. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason for everything to be done. There's a reason for warfare. There's a reason for victory. There's a purpose in all of these things. So we want to entertain. We also want to encourage. We also want to pay our poets. That is not an issue here on this platform. So that is not what I'm saying. I'm saying when you do call me, give me something. Yeah, and I do barter. Africans. Call me to perform. This costs money because it's my time, effort, and my talent. And don't we want me off the plantation? Don't we want me to do this full time? Right. So if you call me to give edutainment for 45 minutes, pay your poets. And that's any poet. Stop asking people to do it for the love. Give them something. Let me set up a table and sell my stuff. Give me something. So that's important. Also, let the babies try out whatever they want to. When people ask me how I got into poetry, I have been speaking since I was 6 years old. I've been speaking since I was 6 years old. Growing up in the Southern Baptist thing, I was in oratorical contests when I was little. Like I got trophies for speaking. They give out trophies for speaking, but I got trophies for speaking. And poetry, I've always loved poetry. And when I came across African Center poetry, I don't know if you guys know, but later on, because we all gonna be there, nobody Miss Baba Molimba Baruti. He has books of poetry as well. He has books of African Center love poetry for Ia. Like they so, listen, let me tell you something. Y'all can talk about what y'all want to. Baba Baruti and Mama Y'all, them relationship goals. You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna lose some of that African love just like that. I'm gonna be like them when I glow up. So, it's important. We gonna wind down. Any questions? Anything else? Anybody else want to know anything? Hey, my baby's back there want to know something. If y'all got something to say, what's up?
Love you. Love you.
I love y'all. Y'all gotta come by the house.
All right, the deal.
Y'all gotta come by the house, cause I know y'all do track, so I definitely am not going to interfere with that. But I'm thinking of let's start a Saturday school. But we'll talk offline. But yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk offline.
What? Which house?
Her house.
My house.
You're staying behind. She's staying behind.
I don't want.
Yeah. You gotta listen.
I don't want to see everyone still stay.
No, y'all come on over. We're gonna paint. I'm not gonna show y'all my paint right now. We're gonna get in my paint. I got canvases right here ready to paint. We're gonna do some pouring paint. We're gonna have us a good time.
I like painting. I like painting.
We love painting.
Yeah, there you go.
I can even draw my third eye.
What?
Yeah.
Listen, I can't even draw. I can't draw. When I say paint, I literally mean playing paint. Like I mean put it on a canvas and let it work out.
My mommy drew her third eye right here on the poster.
Nice.
Right here.
Okay. Listen. So we got artists. All right. So we're gonna really have a real pouring paint. All right. We're gonna paint for real. Okay. We're gonna get us some grape juice and get it together. So there you go. But I love it. Let's link up. Let's connect. Nobody needs to leave here. I'm Sister Tria, just like you see it up there. No, minus the I. Apparently, I can't spell today. It's Sista Tria on Facebook. Definitely send me a request. I don't have to give a disclaimer about my Facebook page to anybody in here, so that's great. But it's all Black everything, unequivocally, unapologetically. That's how I go.
So when we're gonna start the African martial art?
Listen, first of all, we got to get with Baba Bologun. Listen, tell you something. If anybody knows someone, you know what's funny? I put out a request for somebody who knew martial arts months ago because I'm a part of a women's group and I wanted to do some basic self-defense for the sisters because we be out here swinging blind to most of us. And ain't nothing worse than when you with some Black women and the first thing something pop off and they want to run and hide. Like I ain't the best with fighting, but my sister taught me a long time ago to keep me a steel pointed rat tail comb and a big gonna step back from something. If you pull one, you gonna push somebody back.
Other than the brothers in Georgia, it's a brother that does Sonosis Jiu-Jitsu. That's Moses Powell, Professor Moses Powell, and Professor V, and Soki Littlejohn. It's type of martial arts that the Nation of Islam train in.
All right. Well, they local? Like they'll do something like, okay.
Yes.
So we can come in and have an event. Well, let me tell you something. I ain't funny about my house because Eshu sit at the door and Ogun sit at the back and my ancestors sit in front and center. So I ain't never worried about inviting people to my home because don't nobody ever show up to my door that ain't supposed to be here. So I'm always willing to open my home. So if we want to get it done, and it's a big old space in here, we'll put the kitchen table in the hallway and hi-ya. It's got to be done at this point. So we want to move forward. I like the building. Brother Alias told me to leave him alone because he's tired, but I want to do an after party, y'all. And the reason I want to do an after party is so we can all get together and know each other by name. We've been all in all our sessions.
His name is Walter Evans, Sheehan School of Survival, Florida. But
all right, Brother Sundiata, send it to me on Messenger.
We'll send it to you.
All right.
Because I talked with him a couple of weeks ago. Okay. Well, he's looking for more than me to train with.
Okay.
And we could combine that with the brother in online with the African survival stuff, because it's gonna be a lot of different avenues of the training. But this stuff that if you just put in on your internet, Professor Moses Powell and Professor V, and watch how they training is, you'll see what I'm talking about. And there's a lot of women that has trained with Professor Moses Powell, Little John Soki, Hassan Khalik, all of them in that family of Synopsis and Professor V. And there's a lot of women that, boy, you bet not mess with.
Brother Sundiata, you preaching to the choir because I want to be one of them women. Let me tell you something. I can't lie. So I was listening to somebody else. It's no fight on them. I was like, I'll go back and watch them this week because that's what I intend to do. Every breakout session I wasn't able to attend, I'm going to review this week and we're going to talk about it next week when I release my surprise that we're going to do. And, on a regular basis, but we're gonna talk about all the breakout sessions or whatever. Either way it goes. Let me tell you something. I was in one breakout session and Coogee texted me. He said, you know, Baba Lagoon over here teaching people how to kill somebody with a Sharpie. I say, what? I'm in the wrong breakout session. I'm gonna kill somebody with a Sharpie. Let me tell you something. I'm ready. You hear me?
Ready.
I got all the spirit. I just need the skill set. You understand?
It's a sister. It's a sister that'll take a damn. It's a sister that would take a pen. Same with a Sharpie, but a pen and can drive it into your doggone artery in your thigh.
See, I gotta figure out where the artery is. That's what I need it, because that's what my rat tail comb gonna do. I'm gonna stab him. I just don't want to stab him and just make him mad. I want to stab him back and down. I want you to sit down for him. I want you to leak. You gotta leak real quick.
Y'all want him to sit down, I want him to lay down.
And that carabit knife, the carabit knife that has like a hook, like a talon, like on what was that movie?
Was that the one with the pinky ring thing on the end, man? I'm finna buy
right.
Man,
right.
And I saw Baba pull that one out.
Well, you can buy them a lot of places.
Tree knife that sit under my pillow.
And it'll cost you about $20.
My Dollar Tree knife stick on poker bed, but
it'll cost you about $20 to get one of those. I'm going to buy one probably this week at the place where
the gun show next week. By the way, if you in town for the gun show next week. So,
well, you can buy one for $20. You don't have to pay $100 or $200.
I'm not paying $100 or $200. I just want to go to the gun show because Big Baby gonna shoot.
Well, we do that a lot too. Like I say, we have to get together. I got weapons.
Big Baby gonna shoot.
Look, I'm talking. I'm talking.
Mine do.
We got to get together.
I like the gun range
and start doing our military commando training.
Absolutely.
So, you can get in touch with Walter. I get back in touch with Walter, and we will set up something for hand, body protection. Basically, how to kill with your damn hands.
Works for me. Hey, what's my time check looking like? I'm sorry, did I miss it?
Say 15. That's why I ran over here because I didn't realize how fast the time went. But it's past that time now.
Oh, so let's rock it. And whatever. We'll be here till Jalen cut us off.
Okay.
I'm waiting for instructions from the boss man.
What you say?
I'm waiting on instructions from the boss man.
Oh, okay. Well, then we hanging out till instructions from the boss man come. But yeah, we had a wonderful time. I appreciate all of y'all.
Turn that around.
I appreciate this week. It's been amazing. It's been needed. So I go through phase. Well, I think we all do, right? Because while we love this and we ain't tired of doing it, we just get weary in our spirit in general. I don't know about you, but I be needing y'all energy to feed off of. I just be fussing at Negroes online, and I'd be tired of fussing at them. I just want to build. Like I want.
Why would you waste your time?
Huh?
Why would you waste your time doing that?
Oh, cause I got time, baby. So, okay. not to mention when it does happen, is I'm gonna be on the internet anyway, so I might as well disseminate the information. And I've had so many. I've been in this walk, right? And I know for a fact I've had to come back to some people and say, you was right, I was wrong. So I'm gonna tell y'all this. When I first met Coogee, that's what happened. Like he was going off, like I was more of a Black Panther kind of, socialist kind of person. And I said something and he immediately was like, yeah, you wrong, and blocked me, right? Like, blocked me. Like, y'all tell him this story because he'll never remember it. So he blocked me off his Facebook page, right? And so then another sister told me he was having an event. And when I went to the event, it was years later, so my mind had already evolved. And then everything made sense. And it was the first time I heard Tahir RBG perform. It was when he brought Genie in. And so from there, he been my big brother. And I've been ready. And from that, so many Africans have come into my space. The Barudis, everybody talks about the Barudis because you need to. If you don't have Baba's books on your shelf, you're missing some stuff. Baba Mullen Barudi and Mama Yah have done tremendous work. And they are our living elder warriors. And for that is Mama Marimba Nee is still with us. Like, there are so many treasures. And I remember I knew what I wanted, but my road was set. Warriors Conference 2015, when I stood in a room full of Africans yelling Black Power and Black babies giving me fist bumps and Black men protecting women and the door is guarded, and they didn't let Euros in, and they didn't let homos in, and they didn't let anybody in. And it was a genuine safe space in a Black-owned building, and there was Black insurrection music blasting, and teachers and lectures and lessons and books and books and books. And I can't show y'all my book shelf right now, but books, and I like books. So that spoke to our story and buying everything. And I will say the best thing about this version of the conference, the second best thing. First best thing is it's really Pan-African, and we're literally on 5 different continents. How amazing is that? The second best thing is because it was this way, I didn't go broke. Because if I go to a Black event, honey, I'd be like, now I don't know what we eating this week. Call your grandma and see if she got some chicken in the freezer, because I spent all the money at the festival.
That's real.
One thing I got to say.
Tripping to Atlanta, Alabama, DC. Man, we just be on the road. Me and my baby just
Yes, I was Brother Sundiana, and I was just talking to the babies. I got pictures of them in Jacksonville last year. And the year before that, we spent this weekend in Texas. And the year before that, we were in Jacksonville. And we be in Atlanta, and we be in Carolina.
And when we killed the bull.
And we killed the bull in Gainesville. Let me tell y'all a story about the bull. Since we're still sitting here. I ain't even gonna tell y'all last year's story. The year before that. So we go right.
And the one thing I wanted to say,
at the time, I'm staying in my family home. And my mama, she a Christian. But
one thing we got to always iterate. It's a good thing
but
we
my
got to
mama,
iterate.
she a Christian, but she's a Black woman first, if that makes sense. So sometimes our religious things bump heads, but she love her children, and she ain't trying to change me, because she called me Mama Odie, and she said, but whatever you doing working, but
I think Jalen trying to tell us the time.
Okay.
Remember when we were at the Warriors Conference in Tampa, where Irritated Genie was there, Seti was there.
Yep, that was a great time.
Remember that we met Nat Turner's great-great-granddaughter, and he did not die. He died an old man.
Yep, and so we are getting out of here. I just got the word from the big man. You'll wrap it up, B. So we're gonna wrap it up. Yeah, it's been wonderful. Africans, I love y'all. We're gonna move on to the next one. See y'all in the next room. A BB for
after party.
Quiet.
Doc Maki. Buck front, shot. Intro to O. And my dude, that Timbuktu to Ave. Renew your passion, shun the condition. And not the who, what, when, where, and you are from. At last. Put the higher